So today is a really cool day. We're going to meet with someone who we've been following for many, many years. And he's got the #1 blog for photographers in the world. He gets like 1 million views on his blog every month, and it's Trey Ratcliff. So he lives here in Queenstown. We're driving to his beautiful home, and we can't wait to go have this meeting with him and just get to know him more. So it's gonna be really cool and fun. Here are a few of his photos that are found on his website, stuckincustoms.com. As you can see, they're all so unique and different. He's been able to capture these as he's traveled all around the world. We had a really nice meeting with Trey. We learned all about him and his family, and we asked him if he would be willing to do a quick interview to share with you guys why he chose Queenstown as his home. So here's the interview that we did with Trey. I just thought we'd pick Trey's brain here a little bit and find out, why did you choose to live here?
Yeah.
To move here with your family, to raise your 3 kids in this beautiful country? What are the top reasons, just in case somebody's thinking to move here too?
No, it's actually a good question. I'll send my answers too. I've always been meaning to write a blog post about it. It's the most common question I get. I've never actually even really formally answered it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Maybe just amongst friends, but never
lied.
So it's a cornucopia of reasons. One, I used to live in Austin, Texas with my family. Then the art business started doing well, and I wanted to get my family outside of the bubble of the U.S. I'm not anti-U.S., but you travel, you know, it's a bubble. And I knew that the more that I traveled, the more gentle I became. And I wanted that for my whole family, because I think, because, you know, whenever you see international kids, they always like, they're so cool and so worldly. And, you know, grown-ups that I know that are well-traveled, they tend to be, not that life's about being successful or intelligent or anything, but it helps. It makes everything a lot easier. And the more you travel, the easier it makes your life, because you just slowly figure things out.
That's interesting that you're saying that, because somebody, we get comments on our videos, and someone said, like, I'm doing the worst thing for my kids by bringing them around the world, and I'm such a stupid mom. And I'm like, oh, that's really interesting.
Now, that's a very closed-minded thing to say. It's a fear-based thing.
That's really funny.
Because really, the one key to life is becoming comfortable with change.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Life is nonstop change.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And if you're always putting yourself into uncomfortable situations, using travel as a proxy, you never know what's going to happen one day to the next. You're always encountering weird situations. There's constant change, and you slowly get used to change, right? And then so that when real change comes into your life, you're able to handle it easily. Like, we all know people back in our small towns where we grew up or whatever, and they have like the smallest little problem that they announce on Facebook, and they just, like, change causes them so much grief and anxiety, and you look back at yourself like, oh, I wish my problems were that small. You know, so the more you encounter or expose your kids and yourself to change, the easier it makes your life. You become the dolphin that swims in the waves. So that was one reason I want to get them outside of the U.S. and make them encounter change and see what a big, beautiful world it is and how nice it is, you know. Another reason is it's beautiful here. You know, I'm a photographer, and I like being surrounded by natural beauty. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. So here,
you picked the #1 spot.
Yeah.
For beauty.
So just even here in Queenstown, you can have a lifetime's worth of photos here, but then a 2-hour radius, 4-hour radius. You know, you went down to Milford Sound, like, it's just unlimited photos within a short radius. Another reason here is the people are super nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, I don't take myself seriously. I'm super zen, and it's just nice to be around laid-back people like that. You know,
I think this is one of the most laid-back countries. Like, the people are just so friendly, so relaxed and welcoming and easygoing. And it's not just like them, but it comes across in the companies that you're encountering, or everywhere, everywhere. So far, that's what we've experienced. So
it reminds me a little bit of an Italy in a way, especially when it comes to mealtime, because like we might have food here, and then my neighbors come over. Everyone brings potluck, and we sit around and have wine for 2, 3, 4 hours, just talk and
Oh, wow.
watch the kids run around. Like so, a meal is not like a quick thing that you get in and out of. It's like a community experience, and I think
Really?
it's just it's very healthy in that way, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah, for sure.
in a village type. Another reason I came here is because, which is certainly apropos now. I used to say this in a joking way, but it's serious. Just in case the world goes to shit. You know, like a global thermonuclear war,
Okay.
global pandemic, you name it. New Zealand, I always thought it would be the best place to be, and I was right. I'm not always right about everything. I make a lot of mistakes. That one I was right on.
So basically, it's like a safe zone, and it is right now during coronavirus time. I mean, like this
Yeah.
is one of the safe countries.
Right, we're the first to reopen,
Yeah, exactly.
and like no more really infections. I'm sure they'll come back, but for now it's good.
Yeah.
We have our own water supply. You know, we have our own food, so we're not dependent on other countries. We have no common borders or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, New Zealand pretty much can make their own, like a lot of the products are made here, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
you
right.
could self-sustain.
We can make 100% of our own food. Right now we make like 80, 90%, depending on imports a little bit.
Phenomenal.
But we could do, you know, there's more sheep than humans here.
Yeah.
So we got plenty of sheep meat, if you like that.
Yeah.
I think it's called lamb, is technically what it's called.
So I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
you became a New Zealander,
Yes.
right? You're a Kiwi now.
Yes.
Half Yes.
Yes.
And so, I mean, you still relate with yourself being from the U.S., but do you somewhat feel like a crossover has happened, or not so much?
Yeah, I'm a bit of a mudblood, crossbreed.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-US like I said before. I
Yeah.
think,
Well, no, it's your home.
yeah, I think I see stuff happening from the outside. I think, oh gosh, US is kind of messed up in a few ways, but it's also got some awesome parts too. But I just like New Zealand better. You know, I'm just more comfy here. It's just more chilled out. It's like low anxiety. Yeah, so I got dual citizenship, 2 passports, and yeah, it's just nice to kind of have options, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
So cool. Well,
Yeah.
that's a good reason. So, anything,
Right.
any other thing?
No, I can't think of any other
Any other?
good reason other
That's
than I think it's just going to get better. I think that, you know, who the hell knows what's going to happen with tourism in the next few months and years, but I think New Zealand has even further established itself as a haven, right? Even an increasingly crazy world. Like, it's got natural beauty, it's safe, you know, there's no crime,
Yeah.
there's no medical problems here currently, so I
And,
think it's
oh wow, you just touched on a big one for people
Yeah.
that are watching from the U.S. Like the healthcare here is like Canada, where it's national healthcare, where it's just provided. Is it a good system and everything based on what you've
It's
experienced?
fantastic. Yeah, everything's free. You know, I guess you pay for it with taxes or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah.
I haven't paid for anything in the last 10 years. My wife even had a fairly serious cancer about 5 or 6 years ago, and she had, you know, full surgery taken care of. Didn't pay a dime.
Yeah.
And so there is just
That's a
that
huge-
aspect of it that just like makes you feel
That makes you more relaxed too, because I know people back in the States that they can't get little things like an ulcer taken care of because
yeah.
they don't have necessarily insurance, or the deductible is so high, and that's crazy.
Yeah, the
You
U.S.
know,
system
so-
is so wild because you have all those people in the middle that do insurance, right?
Yeah.
And they just kind of get in the way and just suck up a lot of the unnecessary money and cause headaches and stress and anxiety.
Yeah,
And you don't need stress and anxiety while you're in the middle of going through other medical stuff going on.
No.
And the financial stuff, it
Yeah.
can break families. It's not a good scene. Yeah, so it works great.
That's another benefit.
Yeah. Another
Cool.
great benefit. And
Another
many
great-
more.
Many more.
Yeah.
Well, you have to come here over and ask
Yeah.
Trey.
Come hang out. Come on over.
Thanks so much. That was awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Good luck to you and your family.
Thank you.
Good
That was
job,
really
girls.
cool.